What is up, Earthnoids, Spacenoids, and Jovians? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we are getting closer to the end of our coverage of Mobile Suit Crossbone Gundam. Last time, the Mother Vanguard met up with the EOS Nix. Bara met her cousin, Sherindon, who ambushed her with the help of EFF. Zabine and the Jovian forces eventually joined the battle. Also, the majority of the mobile suits from this era have Spanish names, so it is safe to say that the Batalla is probably Batalla, as in battle. But I'm gonna say it the other way to piss people off. This time, Crossbone Vanguard continues their battle against both EFF and the Jupiter Empire. Tobiah heads to Earth for the first time, and he will go up against the Death Gale team one last time. So let's get into this. Tobiah takes the Maramasa blaster and shoves it into the Elagolia. The power begins failing. He rips open the cockpit and grabs Bernadette. Crux says that she doesn't belong to you. But Tobiah says, "Bitch, I'm a pirate. I'll plunder." Nice one-liner, bro. As he snatches her pod. The Elagolia does tail whip. It's not very effective. The X3 goes in for one final swing with the Maramasa blaster and shatters the mobile armor. Bernadette breaks out of her pod and into Tobiah's arms. Kincaid and Zabine continue their fight. His mobile suit is at its limits. Barrow rushes out to the hangar and grabs one of the core fighters. She says she wouldn't be here without Kincaid and must try to save him. Zabina whines to Kincaid about the princess falling in love with a commoner. Barrow rushes him with supplies, but Zabine throws a beam saber, hitting her core fighter. X1 tries to grab the supplies, but Zabine is faster and stabs X1 and tears off the Gundam head. He pushes the unit into Earth orbit. Barrow yells out Kincaid's real name, Siba. 15 seconds until the Mother Vanguard self-destructs. Tobiah and X3 quickly grabs Barrow and the core fighter. I love how the variable cross thrusters fold up. Such a nice little detail. He gets out of there as fast as he can as the Mother Vanguard self-destructs. Crux contacts the EFF fleet that helped him and thanks them. He cackles like the evil villain he is. Tobiah and Bernadette crash land on Earth. Both are passed out, but Tobiah wakes up and is startled by wildlife. 10 days have passed since the Mother Vanguard self-destructed. The ship was designed for Cosmo Babylonia and Crossbone Vanguard's invasion of Earth. The ship has a series of re-entry capsules. They disguise the capsules to look like debris falling to Earth. Everyone made it out. Wait a minute, are you telling me that Tobiah grabbed Barra, then went back to the Mother Vanguard, then they got into capsules, and then they launched to Earth all in a matter of 15 seconds before the ship self-destructed? I'm a little skeptical about that one. Since landing on Earth, they have been taking refuge with a lumberjack. The lumberjack also has a pet chimp, or maybe it's his chimp wife. I don't know how far humanity has dived into sexual exploration in Universal Century. Who knows? Tobiah goes to visit Bernadette, who is still struggling to walk. Jovians can't handle gravity well, it seems. Crux put Bernadette/Tetaneth on the battlefield on purpose. She is starting to believe that he probably let Tobiah take her. Later that night, Tobiah can't sleep because of the lumberjack snoring. Not just that, but the wildlife that comes alive at night is making him uneasy. That is one thing that Spacenoids have over Earthnoids. They no longer live in fear of being eaten by another species. But on Earth, that still is very much a problem, and you are still a part of the food chain. It must blow a Spacenoid's mind when you tell them that you can be eaten on Earth. Tobiah does mention that Earthnoids sure must be strong to have that kind of fortitude. He spots Bara looking over a lake. She tells him about the past when Seabook and her went out on a lake like this one. He tells Tobiah of Kincaid's real name. Ever since she decided to use the Mother Vanguard to take down the Jupiter Empire, he went by the name Kincaid now and never left her side. He wonders if they are a couple. She tells him that they were for a time, but since she has become captain, they really didn't have time to build their relationship. It seems him being Kincaid is also him playing a role, and with that they became distant, I guess. It kind of makes no sense. Taking down an empire together as lovers sounds like the best way to build your relationship. And your sex life. She has lost hope that Kincaid is still alive, but Tobiah tells her to not give up. The next day, the lumberjack yells for Tobiah. On a television, a news broadcaster shows breaking news of the Jovians attacking the Federation. They use nuclear weapons on Satellite 307. An EFF commander gets into communication with Crux and informs him that they have broken the Antarctic Treaty. Crux says that this is a treaty between the people of the Earth sphere. The Jovians weren't a part of the one-year war and didn't agree upon anything. He says in 48 hours, they will conduct a nuclear attack on Earth. They will destroy the Earthnoids and build from the ashes. This will make 60% of the world uninhabitable. They will build from the remaining 40%. They begin their invasion. The lumberjack needs to go to the city for parts to help out Tobiah in his mobile suit. Tobiah volunteers to get the parts, but it is 10 kilometers from their location and he will have to walk. This confuses Tobiah as most people travel via Elacar or something. He says, "This is Earth, boy. Better get to walking." As a colony is typically only 12 meters in length, he is walking an entire colony, which is a lot for him. He realizes how big the Earth is compared to the colonies. A deer gives him a jump scare. He's never seen anything bigger than a dog in his life. It is already starting to get dark and he is running late. As he goes through the forest, suddenly the Quavarze comes in, deforesting the area. The Death Gale team captures Tobiah and everyone back at the house. The lumberjack says, "How dare you wear your shoes in my house?" Priorities. The TV is on, and the news reports that Federation Spaceport number 7 was taken out by 3 mobile suits. That was the Death Gale team's doing. Giddy tells them that they lied to their men. They think that they will be getting the remaining 40%, but the nuclear attack is going to wipe out the entire Earth. Tobiah thinks about his new dear friend, and he gets sad thinking about the destruction of the ecosystem. Destroying EFF is only a side effect. In reality, Crux desires the destruction of Earth to control the colonies. Earth is just a place of trade for them. They are merely a resource. With everyone dead, the Earth can be harvested for its resources and used for the colonies. Essentially, the Earth will become a giant farm for the colonies. Yeah, but I wouldn't want to drink that water after you drop those nukes. Plutonium. Giddy also can't handle the chirping of bugs at night, so he shoots into the night sky trying to shut them up. This startles the lumberjack's pet chimp/lover. He turns on a hologram message from Cars. The professor wants Tobiah to return to him and help build the future of Jupiter. Crux has no use for Bernadette, so Giddy will take her to be his own personal sex slave. He gets a little handsy with her when suddenly a mobile worker crashes into the house. Who is driving? Oh no, Ape is driving. They all get out of there while Monkey holds them off. They head off to the X3 hidden in the forest. He got the part he needs to make it work. But how? You didn't even make it into town to get supplies. We get the cliche where the mobile suit doesn't work, but then someone hits it really hard and it eventually works. It's been a while since we've seen this cliche. Welcome back. The Death Gale team gets into their mobile suits and smash the mobile worker. It's okay, the ape jumped out before getting injured. Also, the ape's name's Sebastian. Still could be his wife though. As Tobiah activates Crossbone, the lumberjack and girls flee in an Ella car. Where did that car come from? You just lectured them on walking. I assume it was stolen from the Jovians, but you didn't show that. Tobiah jumps up and swiftly drops down. He isn't used to fighting in Earth's gravity. The Tortuga goes in with the hammer arms. He also notices that the Death Gale team also isn't used to gravity either. He doesn't have any weapons to work with, so he grabs a tree and chucks it at the Corvarze. This distracts Giddy, and Tobiah is able to grab his tail. He does a Bowser swing on the Corvarze and throws the mobile suit right into the Abiho. While distracted, he grabs Abiho and tells Rosemary Marie to jump out. He uses his Vulcans to destroy the unit. One down. The Tortuga comes in for another attack. X3 hides in the escape capsule that brought him to Earth. Suddenly, a beam comes from within. His weapons were contained within the capsule. He gets the fast-hardening gas emitter on the capsule, which causes the capsule to stick to his unit. Tortuga can't move. Tobiah goes in with the beam saber and stabs him in the armpit. I guess that's the weak spot? Tobiah wonders if Burns is alright. That is when Corvarze chokes X3 from behind with its whips. Somewhere in the distance, a cloak moves swiftly in the wind. It is Kincaid. He comes on the comms just as Tobiah loses hope, telling him to increase his top thrusters. He gets out of Giddy's attack. That is when Kincaid makes it to the battlefield. He uses the new Screw Whip, which is a beam whip that can drill into the unit. Kincaid gets the upper hand and takes down Corvarze. Tobiah rushes to Kincaid, amazed that he is still alive. He was in critical condition and only woke up 4 days ago. Giddy gets out of the mobile suit and points a gun at the 2 Gundam pilots. He says that he was supposed to be Professor Kars's best student. Since he failed, he decides to kill himself. He points the gun to his head, but Byrne takes the gun out of his hands. The Federation comes looking for them, and they head back to the others. Bear comes to greet Kincaid. He looks down at his arm and notices he has a prosthetic now. His face is also wrapped in bandages in the most Char way possible. They are hiding out in an abandoned shack. The Death Gale team is with him and still alive. Burns tells Tobiah that the Jupiter forces does have a weak spot. Kincaid gathers Tobiah and they head to an EFF base for another mission. Crossbone Gundam will play a vital role. They take off on a shuttle where Tobiah instantly passes out. Kincaid allows him and says when he wakes up, it will be time for the final battle. And that will do it for this episode. We're reaching the end of the series as the Jupiter Empire begins their invasion of Earth. Crazy how enlightened one could get after walking 12 kilometers under Earth gravity. Screw LSD, I need to go on a walk. Next time, we will conclude Mobile Suit Crossbone Gundam. The pirates will head back into space and finish their battle with the Jupiter Empire. And Crux's multiple bio units pilot a new series of mobile armors. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember, sometimes you just need to go on a walk. Peace.